Hello, how you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I know this was a bit unexpected. I never announced it, but I had so many questions yesterday about the CERN, that it is a scientific part in Switzerland, if I'm correct, that explore, experiment, and discover about the particle of God, that it is the proof that scientists wanted to have that we are all connected. I'm not quantum physics, and because I'm extremely creative, normally my brain will understand quantum physics when I see energy colliding and manifesting by itself. And going within, it's how I understand things. Normally, I will barely Google, I will barely check what's going on in someone else's channelers or speakers. I have decided since a year and a half ago just to link on my own wisdom. If I know, fine. If I don't know, then it means that I don't need to know. But I had a lot of questions yesterday about my take on it, and I wanted to share from my own perspective. So whatever you believe or you don't believe, or you're drawn to between benevolent and malevolent interference, and what will be your take on, I would like to invite each of you to discern from your own intuition, wisdom, where you are, what has happened to you, but most importantly, what you want to create with the information that it's being streamed right now in different sources. And this is about what I think true spirituality it is. It isn't a fight between angels or demons, or benevolent or malevolent, because in a way it's all part of the yin and yang source field that all can be created depending where I am and what it is happening. For me, true spirituality, I woke up not to know what galactics or interference collectively will be doing, but because I wanted to be happy. I don't know if you guys have known my story before, but I had depression, lots of things happened to me. I wanted to be good, so every day will feel like I got this. And there are a lot of things going on collectively. It isn't only what I can create, because we're all connected. It's what we're doing together. But my free will, it is how I go through that thing that's happening, right? So I didn't want to watch the videos that people sent to me about whomever is saying that malevolent timelines are being created, portals, interference, what can happen in my timelines. And I didn't want to do it because that will be for me like infection of what I believe I stand. And it isn't about, I'm going to rephrase that. True spirituality, it is for me that I can be so present and aware that I can see light and darkness and make my own choice without the need to negate or avoid things that could be better, because there are things in the world that should be better, like crime, like pedophile, like abuse, etc., etc. And it isn't to put like a rainbow on it. It's more like where I stand against those things and what I can do about it to rectify whatever distortion could be happening in the collective. This is my take on it. So at some point, it will be only me, meditation, and what I can do. And another point, it will be a life of service. That it is what a true light worker is. Beyond what collective could be doing, or government agendas, or galactic agendas, in my universe, negative and positive are colliding, seeking balance in every moment. So whatever arises, I have the capacity to find my center and adjust into the collective needs. Even if I am super rainbowish and aligned, in Spanish it's called ralentizar. In English it will be like slow down. Collective will slow me down, because if I am too fast and high, it's like wanting to drive 90 miles per hour in a freeway that the maximum speed should be 70 miles per hour. I'll crash them. That's why light will do to dark like dark to light. If you do a very heavy meditation, maybe you will have some ache after. It isn't because darkness came through. It is because your darkness is being pushed out. And then your body needs to find a new level. Water will level up. So if you wear a container of water, water is a metaphor for your soul and spirit, and the container is a metaphor for your body, and you add a new little of water that is your DNA activation for the meditation that you did. This is just an example. Then water will feel as if unstable, but as soon as water will find its own level again. Yes, this is what happened within all of us. We're all giving and exchanging energy all the time. More than being right here, chakras, I never seen in a person chakras like the way we draw them in Google. We are more like layers of color that collide, crash, engage, broke, and renew again. Let me see the way that I can explain it. My root chakra that is connected to surviving, if I see that a mile ahead of me there is a fire, I'm gonna head in a new direction. So my chakra, it isn't right here. It's all over, where I can perceive, where I can feel, where I can sense, what I can taste, what I can see, what I can be aware of. What happened when someone else is driving and we are in a travel and I fall asleep? Sometimes you woke up and it's like sunset or dawn or sunshine, and you're like, okay, is it noon or morning? Where are we? Because I wasn't aware. I allowed someone else to take over my journey, which is upon our free will. So whatever channeler says, it's happening at the collective. If you believe that, whether that it's me or whoever famous people it's saying about interference or benevolence, you purchase that belief to you. It's like you allow them to drive in your own experience, and you said, oh my God, we have reptilians. Because of the CERN, I just heard, I don't know, Jane Doe that says that CERN is crashing portals all the time with malevolent interference. And I believe that, so I feel unsafe, and that it's fear being shared from one to another. And those videos had 300 likes, 400 likes yesterday. And I said, okay, I don't want to know who I'm whom or what believe. When in reality, in the astral, you have many timelines. All of those timelines with reptilian interference are true. They are alive. Those people saw it, experienced, channel it. They are true. But they are not my journey. I'm not choosing to engage with that. I'm not negating that they exist. They exist. But it's a no for me. Like if someone said, hey Gretel, let's do cocaine today, I'm gonna say, no dude, I don't like cocaine. I don't need to do that. I will meditate and I will fly. Because it's my choice. It doesn't mean that the other person is right or wrong than me. They're just different perceptions. I don't need to drink a beer to appear crazy. I'm already crazy, right? So if I'm going into a party and they have music would turn me on, and I will dance and I will joke and I will do silly stuff, because that's me. Maybe someone else's will need a cup of tequila too. Have fun. And if I want to drink it, then so be it. It will be my show, so I will own it. Even next day I'll have headache, but that will be my experience. And this is what sometimes higher self and us, we disagree about what we want to experience. Sometimes those malevolent or benevolent wars that are a pure collective represents things within that are adjusting. And there are periods in our life that are not going to be easy. No one says will be, because we are having an experience in separation with so many illusions colliding together. But if I'm here for a reason and you are here for a reason, whether it's malevolent or benevolent, I have free will choice, and so do you. So my free will would said yesterday, a family member passed. So I was in the funeral receiving all of those things, and I said, okay, this is not my moment to investigate what would collective will do. I will do that tomorrow. I will let higher self to guide me. And I needed my family time, and so I did that. But one thing I have noticed is the capacity to get over painful things. So even though yesterday I was low and sad and having a lot of feelings from grieving grandma, it wasn't my biological grandma, but it was like my grandma. In the morning I woke up like sunshine, and I surprised, and I just like, oh, that's good. So I can allow myself to feel broken and grieve and sad and complain for whatever malevolent interference I have, that it could be losing someone or it could be government. It doesn't matter. But I choose how long I stay there and how I go through. If you are in a bad place for whatever reason, honor that. Cry. I needed to cry, and I needed to cry by myself, and I need to be with my family and my kids and have that moment of grief. And it was good. And after I allow all of that go, in the morning I felt like it was enough. Like it was already done with that part. And this is the amazing part about having a high frequency the majority of the time. It isn't that we're not going to have challenges. You do. But you ride like a phoenix. Those things don't drag you down for centuries like it happened to me before. There are a lot of things happening right now in the world. Things I see in the astral sometimes can be scary, and I say like, oh God. But after I say like, oh God, I said, okay, my intuition is badass, so if I need to know anything or a plan B or something, I'm sure higher self will guide me. So I'm assuming that right now I'm fine if I haven't had a warning about doing. If you feel the need to go and speak your voice against government or anything, go for it, because maybe that's your journey. We all have different ways to go through whatever we disagree and we have a grievance with. That could be a situation or something that is in my hands. I am a practical person. In my philosophy, it's simple and easy. If I do believe CERN is opening portals with malevolent interference is going to shift into timelines that are going to engage with karma or something, whatever is vibrating the collective, I'm saying that I don't have free will to change that. And I wouldn't like that, because it would be like someone else is driving my life. So can I change that? Could I go to Switzerland? Could I speak? Maybe. But I want to choose that I want to address what's happening right now that it's on my hands to be responsible for. Like the wellness of my family, the wellness of me, going to grieving yesterday, and checking on my mom, the other brothers. What do you need? Do you need money? Is it okay? It's all the expenses from the funeral cover, what I can do for you, all of those things. Beyond what could happen in the collective and what we can do beyond a massive meditation or a video speaking about it, bringing awareness. There are always fires within our own life that we can ease and bring into peace with the people that is next to us. I know that as empath sometimes I tend, my world is so magical that I wouldn't need people to be the majority of the time, because I can do a lot of things. I'm fine with it. I like it. I'm fine. I can go everywhere. Past, future, travel, channel, whatever I want to do, I can have it. But at some point, you need some people to speak or share experience, because it's like traveling to Europe by myself or going with a friend or a boyfriend or my kids. It's more fun that way. That's why we manifested each other. So where I know for sure, because I was invited to a predictions for 2023 and I declined it twice, and I don't think I will do the December one, because what I have seen from the future, it isn't settled. We are choosing. It's like going into airport, the astral, and choosing to go to Europe, to America, to Australia. We have free will choice. And this was my debate with higher self. Like, okay, this is what it is the highest path, higher self. Because I saw that I had 3 different ones. Higher self says, is your life, your shoes, they're all gonna be fine. And I was just like, then why have you? Shouldn't you tell me what to do? I complain. I can be a sovereign like maybe one of you. And the higher self said, yes, destiny, it is that an aspect of you will get the 3 of them done. The one you are conscious of is the one you have free will to choose. Like, for example, let's say that I want to go to Portugal. Do I want to go into a cruise? Do I want to go into an airport? Do I want to go swimming? That's my choice. Yes, that's kind of what I understood. So I was just like, oh, so there are some points that are not changeable, but I can change is how I go through. Yes, and this make a huge difference. Normally, I struggle when I don't want to let go what I wanted to happen. When I was seeing grandma struggling to die, it hurt. And I was just like, oh, just die now, don't suffer. But she had her own process. And at the same time, another part of me was saying, don't go, because I'm going to have you with me, right? But at the same time, it's many feelings that we all have. And the hardest part is to let go what you want to happen and the things that are not in your control. Whatever happened with CERN, it is in my hands to change or to decide if it's malevolent or benevolent. But there are many other things in my hands that I can be responsible for the energy that I bring into my body today and tomorrow and the next day, and to my kids and to my students and into everyone that gets in contact. But most important, me and me. And from there, everything changes. Yes? Whatever is in your hands to change, that's the hardest part, because the easiest part is blame someone else. It could be government, it could be reptilian, it could be malevolent interference. So I'm not guilty of something, but it isn't about being guilty or being wrong. It's about knowing that I'm a piece of heaven, and so each of you, including the malevolent interference, a part of them, very, very tiny and very, very hidden, they have a part of the source too. And maybe they are the mirror of what I don't want to be. And if they do that to me, then there's a positive effect, because they are showing me what I am not choosing to be in this experience. Yes? So be kind to yourself. be kind to each other. Light workers, it isn't about to, I was seeing the post about fighting about if it is benevolent. No, it isn't, you bitch. You don't know. I know because I read this person saying this is happening, but I'm a quantum physics. Why do we fight about those things? We're light workers, guys. It doesn't matter if I'm mindfulness or starseeds, or maybe I'm not that knowledgeable that you are. It doesn't matter. It matters how much patience and kindness I have. We're all going through a lot for different reasons. The energy, it's like all moving. In the astral, it kind of feels like the rug was pulled out and we're all like, oh, what's going on? And then you have the ground in the air. And it's just like how it is, because unexpected things are happening. And astrologically, it's predicted that these next 6 months are going to be very alike. Yes? So, prepare. And that preparing is self-love. For me, I said, okay, I'm not going to be over with grandma's passing if I don't cry. I needed to cry. So I cry until I said, okay, that's enough. I don't want to cry anymore. And then I said, okay, maybe I can channel. No, I don't think so. Because I felt like I was blown up, right? When you cry, you feel like you're blown up. And then I said, well, maybe I would just watch something on Netflix that is just kind of like entertaining. So I did, and then I fell asleep. And the next day, I knew grandma was gonna pass. It was the first thing I read. Grandma passed, okay. I was better. Because I kind of prepared myself because I had to cry. And it's fine. If you feel upset, be upset. If you feel in grief, if you have to cry 10 years or whatever happened to you, do it. But then try to be solution proactive, because it isn't fun. I had depression for 20 years, I think, or more, and it wasn't a life that I want to keep creating. So for me, more than losing grandma, I said, God, I'm not gonna waste any day into stupid things that I think I need, but they are not really necessarily. I'm gonna appreciate my kids, the ones I love, my friends, my students, the page. I said, until every last day I have, because that's the most important thing. Other things are collateral circumstances that may happen, may don't happen. Who cares? But if my inner world with me, and my kids, and my brother, and the rest of my family, it's fine, and we're all supporting each other, then whatever happens in the external world, we'll get through. That's why I haven't talking about community until you guys get tired about me. If we don't create that community, that new earth won't come. A lot of things will come between weather changes, one day money won't work anymore. I'm not sure if it's gonna be in 10 years and 15 or in 5. One day school system will crumble and government. And if we don't create these solutions for the things we want, because the things are there are not actually supplying all of our needs, then it's gonna feel hard. So for me, it feels like, okay, where I am, where is everyone else, and what I can do so my day is easy and simple. Because drama is a lot. And sometimes we look for things to be in the drama. There is no need for that, guys. It's simple. Go into the simple and easy, because we add more complications than we should. Because something is simple and easy, it doesn't mean you're not gonna grow or go to heaven. We're gonna go to heaven anyway. It doesn't matter the benevolent or malevolent or whatever. We are in heaven. This is just a dream. Whatever you want to go through your dream is your choice and is my choice. The effect we have in each other is, for example, imagine that you are in a mall and suddenly there is this super famous footballist that's hot as hell, this, I don't know, let's go Ronaldo, I don't know if you guys know about him, or maybe Brad Pitt, or maybe someone that you admire, like a super badass famous person, maybe is, I don't know, the one who played Thor in the Avengers, and the mall is crowded. What will happen? That person will affect everyone else in the mall. They will all stop whatever they're doing and they will all want to say, oh, I want a picture, I want an autograph, I want to get closer, I want to touch him, right? Isn't what we normally do? This is what happened when light workers walk in its own city. Our energy is like a beacon of light, like a superhero will be for normal people. Maybe people are not aware of the effect we have in them, but they will feel a sort of adjustment in their energy. And some people will have a tendency to attack you back or to reject it because you force them to go faster than what they are aware of. And that is what anxiety it is. Anxiety it is that the world is too fast that I can't handle. So I just crash within. So between where I am and how much my light can go as higher, I have learned not to lower it, but to keep it harmonized so I don't put the boundaries of people around me in a way that it feels uncomfortable. Yes. And I do that when I send love before I wake up in my day. Into all this I will do, whoever I meet, whoever I said, higher self be, if I lose myself, bring me back. I do it in my intention. And this is as if you and I will be Cristiano Ronaldo in a mall, and then we are like, ah, and then everyone gonna have whenever you have in your high frequency, and then as empaths you're gonna feel like that people can be overwhelming. But if you send light and angels or whatever you pray to them, then when you go, they will be already higher in a field that in the quantum physics that we don't see but we feel or see sometimes, it's more harmonized so we don't collide between each other. Malevolent, benevolent, it's always there. Whatever name we want to put it, it doesn't matter. It's happened, we do. Normally we don't need to know. We normally find that harmony within, whether you call that reptilian, demon, galactic interference, it doesn't matter for my perception, because energy is inclusive. When my third eye open, the energy doesn't put conditions to find balance, like water. Imagine that water in the ocean will create containers so they don't mix, like the water from the surface, the water from the deep, the water from, I don't know, the one that it's cold, the one that is hot. Ocean is all together, and they all leave, and they are not saying, oh, you drop or toxic, you go away, oh, bad girl. They're all together. They don't care. They all blend in. When they blend together, they become the ocean, and that is when the magic is. It's relaxing, and it's beautiful, and it can be fierce, and it can be scary sometimes. It has so many faces, and this is what source is, and we're all source. We'll have all of those different faces, and a reason why, it's why we have 5 senses at least. Otherwise we'll have just one. but we see, we hear, we smell, we taste, and then we have our sixth sense, our knowing, our intuition, and we have more when we are aware of it. When we tune into all the information that is in the field, that's another story. Not to do this video too long. Whatever you read that may happen because of astrology that I follow, I'm not an expert, but I follow because it kind of tells me what I am when I don't know the answers within. Or because someone predict that, or because you see in the news, in the spiritual news, in your group, or whoever it is, your guru or your master or something. Discern always. What feels good for you, what you feel drawn to, it's your way. According to higher self and soul, that can be always changeable. That if it doesn't feel good, maybe that it is in your door for some reason. I'm not saying that we're not ready for it. Maybe it is in time. Maybe we are manifesting that. There are so many variables, but choose the way you want to go through that. That is what I wanted to go today. Interference, it's all the time. Like benevolence. And something that I said, it wouldn't be logical that you are attacked by an entity because your guys were in a break, your guides. Oh, they had OT because of higher self and you were alone. No, that don't happen. If you have an entity attack, you guys will know. And it's all pre-agreed. The fact that, and I'm going to put an example with that, I'm gone because tomorrow I start the course in Spanish and I'm recording the videos today. Look, I've had certain attacks online, like a lot, from a new community that I'm being open, that I'm not used to, that is a new public that I haven't conversed. So I'm not in my comfort zone. So of course I had certain insecurity. So I manifest bully, cyberbully, whatever you call it. And I'll just like have the resistance, right? That I didn't want to let go whatever perception they had for me. And I was in this battle with things like maybe you have in your own life for different reasons. So I had like an hour dream that I was being judged from different things. And the judge looked like a, 8 feet Brad Pitt, but with, short hair, I think like an angel. And I was walking with this guy and we were going upstairs and upstairs and upstairs, and every floor it was a judgment, like a court thing for things that I was being punished by being innocent, and I needed to defend myself. And it was tiring, and I was saying to the guy, why are we doing this? I'm tired of defending myself. All of those accusations are false. And then the guy was kind of like smiling at me, and I was like that because he was tall and I was small, right? Because I'm small. And then we were going up and up and up and up, and then at the end, the guy kind of looked me in my eyes like, don't you know? And I was just like, not computing the information. And then the guys had like, like when you see a kid that they have like colored eyes, it was blue, gorgeous, sexy, handsome guy, and I was just like, I don't get it. Why do I need to go through all of this? It doesn't comfortable. I don't like it. I mean, I'm being judged and I'm being innocent. You know, I'm innocent. I didn't do those things. I was in the victim part. And then the guy was just like looking at me with compassion and mercy and like holding his face. And I was just like, oh, they're so tired. I just want to wake up. I knew I was asleep. It was kind of like an astral projection, being like a dream. And then the guy was just in peace, like waiting for me. And I was just like, kind of like a kid, right? In its own tantrum. And then nothing happened. And we were just there. And I get bored. And I was just like, what are we waiting for, right? And then at some point, I think my ego got tired, or my shadow, whatever I was working, maybe both. and then I kind of got out of complaints and griefs to do, and then I just got like silence, and then I noticed that it was a beautiful place. We were kind of like in heaven, and it looked like all crystalline. It had like a lot of ancient wood. It was like very royalty, ancient, I don't know, exaggerated, decorated, but it was cool. And I was just like, oh, this whip, it's cool. What would that be? And then I began to wonder, and I shift from victim, being judged, being of course not in my center or in my strong part, from wonder like, what would that be the reason why I am here doing this over and over? And then I shift into neutrality. And at that moment, inspiration came because I was in receiving mood. And then I understood, and then I felt so stupid. I was just like, oh, it's like practice. So when someone judged me in the page and said, you're doing demon speech, this is not real, you are a lie, I kind of ignored it like I always have. And then I said like, understand. And it kind of, the illusion fade away. And then I realized that my guys created the whole thing so I could go over and over and over from different reactions to become immune of critique. And then I woke up in my bed, and I was just like, was that really necessary? And then I started laughing, and I was just like, oh my God, it's so silly. Gretel, after all of these jurisdiction, you throw that of the garbage in 5 minutes of hard critique, right? So whatever you are going through, whatever you think may be happening, there is a bunch of illusions that are affecting us and felt very real from my story, from the story of others, from what I have seen, from my programming. Go within. Go within and allow your ego, your shadow to speak all of the garbage that sometimes is the only way to get it done, through crying or whatever, and honor that and embrace it and piss off, don't even come here, guys, right? Because sometimes I get in that mood. And then I needed that. I needed to go through all of that stages to make sense that it was part of the journey. It's kind of like part of the package about who I am, and I wouldn't be more proud of where I am, doing what I'm doing, learning what I'm learning with all of you, and that it's so much magical and badass and miraculous that whatever side effects could have, I hadn't worried it at all to pay attention to, because whatever people said that I am or not am, it isn't about me. It's about what they see from them reflected to me. Yes? But what I am is what I see in me. What I see that I can do, that maybe I don't know yet how to do it, but it doesn't matter. I am on my way to be whatever I can. And if it wasn't then, maybe it wasn't meant to be. Anyway, I'm eternal, and so are you. So whatever malevolent or benevolent influence can be, like they can go through my ass, I will be in charge of my journey. This is my company, this is my creation, my page, my house, myself, and I will do whatever I can. And if I don't know, let go, and then guidance will come. A lot of things may happen, yes. We are choosing those in the moments, yes. COVID was the first thing, like kindergarten, for what may happen, yes. But we'll get there. We have what it takes to get there. We are ready. We have prepared this for eons and eons ago on different plans, and this one will make it happen. We'll go through, and it will be just as it's meant to be. And I think at the end, this is all we need to know. You guys can agree or disagree. Give yourself the opportunity to read or watch whatever could be happening in the collective, but choose your illusion. Yes, the one that benefits you and uplift you and put you in the knowing that you are God and so am I and so everyone else, so we're all in this together. Okay? Have a beautiful rest of your day. Friday I'm going to do readings, and then I am in a process of doing some legal stuff in the page. So I think I'm gonna do like a founding, so you guys assist me to gather the international process that's legal that I need to do for some brand registration, and I will announce that in few days. I'm not sure exactly how to do it, I just had the idea, but I will post it maybe like a coordination base or something. So if you guys have any idea, I'm open to. If you guys are with me in the way short class, connect with me so I can schedule you for the ones that are in Spanish. Mañana empezamos y todo el mes van a estar abiertas las inscripciones para el diplomado en español. Contáctame cualquier pregunta que tenga. During the whole month of September, we are starting the Spanish course that is going to last 7 months, which I'm excited to. And any other thing, guys, have a beautiful, beautiful rest of the day. See you guys Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Bye-bye.